Alright, welcome back to Rickets Reef. I'm going to show you what the tank looks like during an experiment and some updates. This is just going to be super quick. I've got some longer videos coming up, but I just thought I'd throw something up because it's been a long time. But everything's running along pretty smoothly. If you see, I've got some new fish who are usually out pretty not so skittish. So there is the squareback angel. There is the Naso tang, all juveniles. There's the shrimp. He has shed and is much better. Okay, the Naso is very skittish, but usually not. I think it's the camera. Doesn't like the camera. So I just did a water change, and I actually just fed too, so they're all full. They're not hungry, begging for food. Hello, Naso. What do you know? Let's see if this camera zoom works good. That's not bad. Yeah, so they had some dominance issues between the sailfin and the Naso at the beginning. The angel wasn't a thing. The sailfin was owning this cave and now belongs to the Naso. But when they're out and about, the sailfin's kind of the boss. It's strange. It's like they've come to a compromise. The Naso's like, yeah, okay, you can be a bit of a dick when we're out and about, but if you come near my cave over here, I'll be upset. But other than that, they're buddies. They're getting along. See, look, the sailfin will do a little of that. He'll like back his butt up into him where that spike is, and the Naso's just like, meh, no big deal. I don't care. The angelfish is awesome. That is a fantastic fish. But right now I'm just kind of letting things settle for a while, and the fish have gone through their quarantine. Everything seems fine except for the sailfin has, I thought it had ick, but it doesn't. It has that lymph, I can't pronounce this big word. Basically it got some injury from the net, and it's got a little like white wart on its fin, and it's been there for like 2 weeks, well, almost since I put it in this tank. So it got a little injury. It developed that. Apparently they go away in time as long as it eats, which it eats like a pig, and it's got good water quality and all that kind of stuff. So there's been no changes. There's been no other spots, and it does not look like ick. It looks like that lymph stuff, whatever it is. So hopefully that clears up. Apparently it takes like a month or so to clear up once the fish develops it. Other than that, pretty happy with the way things are going. One of my drivers popped, but I'll talk a little more about that in a later update. Food, I switched food. I don't use flakes and pellets much anymore unless I absolutely have to. I went out and made some fish food out of tuna and shrimp and all fresh stuff, and ground it up and chopped it up. So the fish are eating super awesome. They're really happy. They're really calm. They really look forward to me coming downstairs at the end of the day or the middle of the day to feed them. And so in terms of livestock, everything's going great. I'm just letting things settle in a little bit more until I put corals. I did have a little bit more of a brown algae diatom bloom, but that went away in like a day or two. And the tangs are picking on it, and then the snails, I got 2 snails, they're kind of working on it a little bit. I call this the dirty tank. I just let this thing get dirty. Every once in a while I do a water change in there and wipe off the sides and stuff. Now this grate I had out, I just put that back in the other day, but I don't know if you can see. The other grate is disgusting. It's growing a whole bunch of algae, hair algae included. Basically, this is where I want the nasty algae to grow, and it is. So that's a win. I'm just going to let that thing just sit there and get rank and nasty, and then I'll clean it out every once in a while. I was going to put some Cheeto in there, but I think I'm going to hold off because it seems to be working. Because all of this algae that's in here could have been in the display tank, especially that nasty stuff over there. Nasty. So yeah, that's kind of working well. The other thing I just did, which is why there's a major mess here, is in the sump system, I just put in a DIY automatic filter roller. Because I absolutely hate filter socks. So there it is. here's just a quick overview. I will release a video on how I made it and how it works. But for the most part, works awesome. I'm just controlling it manually through the Reef Pi. Like when I see the water level on here comes up a bit, I just put it in tonight, so I don't know how long it's going to take the media to clog. I'm just getting used to it right now. So when the water level comes up, I'm assuming in a day or two, roughly, then I'll pop on the old, I'll just flick the switch on the Reef Pi and it turns it and rolls it up a bit and puts new clean media down into there. But it is so much better. Like, the filter socks make a lot of noise and a lot of splash. This one has cut down on the noise dramatically. So now I just got a little trickle coming from my overflow box. Hello, Naso. Love that fish. Cool fish. I need to get some different colored fish. They all seem to be like variations of white, gray, and yellow. I got the orange there, but my cardinals are also black and white. So eventually, that stuff I can fill out in time. I want to start thinking about some corals soon. Get them on there, see how they'll grow, and yeah, that'd be great. Pretty excited for that, because now I think my sump is done. It's set up, it's working. My skimmer stinks. I have to clean that out. I am doing a bit of vinegar dosing. I am doing a touch of vinegar dosing, not following the full instructions, just to make sure nitrates stay at 0, because I don't have a fully functional nutrient export system yet. When that dirty tank is super rank, then I'll probably dial back on the vinegar. I'm only doing 3 milliliters a couple times a week, so super minimal, but you do see the change in the water quality. You know, something I've learned over the time with my other tank is you can see how things are going when you're kind of dialed in and tuned into your tank. You can see just by how the water clarity is, by stuff growing in certain places on the tank is. You don't need to always be kind of testing and stuff like that. You can, once you know your methods and how they work, and you can read your tank, it's pretty good. I don't know if you can see if the sail fin comes out, those little dots on him. He's got 3 dots, and each one are right where scratches were. One on the top fin, one on the back fin. Actually, the back fin, I think the Naso bit him on, and it took a bit of a chunk out of him, and that's where that dot is. And then there's one on the side fin, and then he had a huge scratch and opening on his face from the net. I'll never use that type of net again, and it's healed, so that's good. But hopefully this roller will help keep the water quality up to par and keep up with my water changes, a little bit of vinegar dosing here and there, and everything seems to be running all right other than that. So yeah, there's the tank so far, a little bit of an update, and more to come later.